Hi, my name is Adrian Reyes, and today I want to walk you through 7 mistakes you need to avoid if you want to avoid spam and actually land in the inbox. Right, so there are 7 mistakes, right? The first one is sending all your emails from a single domain. So I've talked to a lot of uh, business owners over the last 3 years, and most of the time I find that they send most of their emails or all of their emails, outbound emails, from one domain, and that's a big risk. That's eventually, and it's gonna burn your domains quite fast. What I mean by that is there is something called domain reputation, right? So if you have a campaign that's running and you're barely getting any replies, or maybe you send an email to an invalid lead and you get lots of bounces, right? That's gonna burn your domain. So what happens when your domain reputation gets burned is that basically your emails will not actually land in the inbox. You'll go to spam. So it's very risky to just send all of your emails from one domain. I mean, that also depends on the kind of volume they are sending out, but even then it still applies, right? It's very important to not send your emails from one domain, because if you're sending, say, 100 emails per day, that's not normal behavior, right? So what you want to do when you're sending out emails is you want to replicate the behavior of a number user, right? So the average person is not sending 100 emails, right, from a single inbox. If you know what I mean, right? So what you want to do is you want to diversify your volume across different domains, right? You want to get, it depends on the kind of volume that you want to do, but do you want to get at least 6 domains, right? That's assuming that you want to send around 10,000 emails every single month, right? What you also need to avoid doing is to send all of your emails from one inbox, right? So if you're sending, say, 50 plus uh, emails from a single inbox every single day, that's not normal behavior. The average person is sending, again, the average person is not sending 50 emails from a single inbox every single day. That's not normal behavior. That's not average behavior. You want to replicate the behavior of the average person that uses Google or Microsoft inboxes, right? So per domain, what you want to do instead is you want to get around two to three inboxes per domain, and you want to send out around 10 to 15 daily emails per inbox each, right? Another mistake is skipping domain warm up, right? So when you get a new domain, that domain has no reputation. So if you start sending out emails from day one, that's to the email service providers such as Google and Microsoft. That's gonna come across as unusual behavior, right? So they're likely going to mark you as spam, which you want to avoid, because if that happens, then you basically wasted all the money on domains and inboxes. What you want to do instead is you want to warm up your domains. And what that basically means is there are different tools that basically allow you to prepare your domains for around 2 weeks, right? So by the time the 2 weeks are over, your domains they've engaged in normal behavior, like, so basically what it automates is conversations with other people, right? So they're like real life conversations that are carried out by AI, so it looks natural, right? And that also improves your domain reputation, right? Because it looks like you're having conversations with other people, but actually it's just AI, right? So by the time the 2 weeks are over, you have a very good domain reputation because people are replying to you, you're replying to them, so it looks like a conversation. You're not just like sending emails which nobody's responding to, right? The fourth mistake is to simply get, let's say that you're getting leads from Apollo, and that's it, and then you just upload the leads directly into your email sender, into your sequencer, right? That's a mistake because most of the leads, say, especially if you're getting your leads from Apollo, most of those leads are not verified. Some of those email addresses don't even exist anymore, or they're wrong. or they're invalid. So what's going to happen is that your emails are going to bounce, right? And you actually get a notification every single time that happens. So if you're not actually verifying that your leads are valid, that the email addresses are valid, you're going to get lots of bounces, and that's going to hurt your domain reputation. If your domain reputation goes down, well, guess what? Your emails are going to go to spam. So there are several tools out there like Mirror Verifier and Debounce and so on. You can Google more, and they're going to help you a lot when it comes to protecting your domains. Now, the next mistake. Let's say that you're in a situation where you're barely getting any replies. You're sending, say, 200, 300 emails, and you're not getting any replies, right? So, and you don't know why. You don't know what's going on. You don't know why your campaign is not working. So, when you're in a situation like that, the first thing that you always want to do is to check if your emails are going to spam or not. So, there are several tools out there that allow you to run inbox placement tests to see if your emails are actually landing or they're going to spam, right? So there's a famous tool called MailRich that you can use for that. There are also other free tools such as MailTester that will indicate whether your emails are going to spam or not. So that's the first thing that you also want to check, because sometimes your copy may be great, your messaging may be great, right? Your offer may be great, your email may be great, but you don't have the opinion that it works. But you have the opinion that it doesn't work, that it doesn't work because you're not getting any replies. But it may be that your emails are just going to spam, right? So you always want to do that when you're barely getting any replies. Now, another mistake is to not have a diversified sending infrastructure. So what I mean by that is, every single week, right, there's constant updates, and it pretty much gets easier or harder to land on Google or to land on Microsoft, right? So there are weeks where landing on Microsoft is quite easy. But then you have weeks where it's almost impossible. So you do not want to be in a situation where all your domains, all your inboxes are from Google or Microsoft, and then there's an update, right, and none of your emails are landed, and you cannot do anything. So you always want to have a mix of Google and Microsoft inboxes, 50-50, so you're prepared for any situation, right, in which it gets easier or harder to land on a certain ESP. And that includes your copy. So Microsoft and Google, they're always updating their spam filters, which you need to be aware of, because that's significantly going to change how you write your emails and whether your emails are going to spam or not. So if you're not updated with the latest updates when it comes to spam filters, there's a high likelihood that your emails are going to spam. So you always need to be in the lookout for that, because otherwise your campaigns are simply not going to work. Now you may be asking yourself, okay, Adrian, but how do we know that everything you're saying right now is true? Well, everything that I'm saying is public information, but if you want to talk about my results, well, in the last 3 months we've generated around 200 leads in 15 plus B2B indices. So I'm going to show you some of my results, right? We have this campaign right here, generated 81 leads for a financial services firm for Wix, 48 leads in 4 weeks for a B2B software company, 17 leads in 4 weeks for a B2B e-commerce company, 28 leads for an outsourcing firm in 6 weeks. So these are my results. If you want to get more content, or if there's a specific topic that you'd like me to make a video about, just let me know in the comments below, and yeah, have a good one.